Welcome to the second episode of ArabAMP series Folktales. My name is Anum, and I am one of the 8 commissioned artists part of the Folktales series. I've been working on a new piece that I'm sharing today. It's called The Place Where You Want to Go Is Nowhere. This is an audio-visual experience through a Sufi-inspired virtual landscape that is a fusion of memories, documentation, and feelings. I created the visuals. The sound is by Beast Nest, and the movement artist is Mulia Hatiko Byrne. This video was created in Huichin, part of the stolen land of the Chochenyo Muwekma Ohlone tribe. You are watching this video on Vimeo via an internet connection that is powered by cables laying on the ocean floor. While we think of the internet as an immaterial, non-physical wireless technology, there's actually a massive mesh of underwater physical cables that is powering our digital experiences, every search, email, and call. These cables have owners from all across the world, telecommunication companies and big tech companies like Google and Facebook. Colonial and patriarchal strategies continue to underpin how the world works today, and we, the users, the workers, and the consumers, are all reliant on these systems for digital experiences that allow us to come together like we're doing right now. In fact, every piece of technology that I use to create this work has its roots in imperialist structures, like the military. From the mouse to the Kinect sensor, we can trace the involvement of the US and Israeli military, academic institutions like Stanford, MIT, and UCLA, and corporations like Microsoft and Intel working together to invent the most sophisticated tools in the name of domination and surveillance. Years and sometimes decades later, these technologies trickle down to us via companies repurposing them as consumer technologies. I think it's important to call out this history to demystify who invented our tech and why, and under what conditions it continues to be produced. I think it's important to remember the connections between the past and the present, and how the notions of colonization are alive and present in our day-to-day, including in our very digital tools that we use to come together and to create art. In doing research for this piece and engaging with these technologies, I've learned more about these histories and want to make them less implicit. I invite you to consider these aspects as we navigate today's modern world.
Hey y'all, it's Nadya. Welcome back to ArabAMP. This is our February episode. Our community highlight this month is Radically Fit. We have Luca here. We're going to talk more, dive in about Radically Fit, who they are, where they're at, what their methodology is, and what they do in order to serve the community and why we should also support them. This month's program is focusing on artist Anum Awan, whose practice really centers on queer, immigrant, and non-Western narratives. Their work, as you have seen, manifests as installations, projections, videos, live visuals, and programmed electronics. Part of the reason why we wanted to partner Anum's work with Radically Fit as our community highlight this month is because both spaces, Radically Fit and also Anum's work, really tries to focus on recreating space, challenging dominant narratives, and resourcing communities who otherwise are marginalized, othered, or deemed unworthy to actually access their own power, to create community, and to retell their own stories. So I wanted to pass it over to you, Luca, to introduce yourself and also Radically Fit. You know, who are you? When were you established? Why do you all exist?
Okay, great. Thank you, Nadia. I am Luca. I am the founder of Radically Fit. My pronouns are they and them. Radically Fit is a queer, trans, BIPOC-centered, fat-positive, and body-positive gym. And we are located in the Fruitvale area, off of Fruitvale and East 14th. It's been a while. We've been closed during the pandemic. So, yeah, we exist essentially really to disrupt the narrative that is very strong in the fitness industry that essentially is centered in using tools of shame or demanding that folks change what their body physically looks like in order to feel worthy of being celebrated and feel worthy of being able to take up space in fitness spaces. So the work that we're doing is to provide a physical space, and now what has transpired a lot to an online space where folks can move their bodies and feel safer and feel more in community with other Black and brown folks, fat folks, queer and trans folks. And really, essentially, our ethos is pretty strongly tied to meeting people where they are. So we have a long range of fitness classes. We offer dance, we offer yoga, we offer strength training, we offer more cardio-based classes, and powerlifting. And although those classes are all different in what they are providing, the messaging and the way that the foundation is set up is all the same, which is ensuring that we're able to provide workouts to folks at all levels, and we're able to really hold a space in a way that promotes and supports feeling empowered by moving your body. And that has been essentially the mission since we opened almost 4 years ago.
That's really dope. Congratulations on your 4-year anniversary in the middle of pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit more about why you all chose Oakland as a place to do this? Why the Bay? Why the town? Kind of, what do you see as, I guess, the history, like the community's response back to you, and also what you're contributing back to the community here?
That is a great question. I was adopted when I was 6 months old from Guatemala, and I have lived my whole life in the Bay Area. the majority of that, I lived in the Silicon Valley, but I moved to Oakland about 9 or 10 years ago. And when I moved to Oakland, I really was able to step into my brownness and my queerness and what is it, more recently my transness, or being aware of my transness, in Oakland. And Oakland, as you know, is a very special place that really, I think, really enables people in community to feel held in ways that I don't see in other places. And the queer community here was really looking for a space like this. And Oakland has always been such a hub of, I think, radical ideas, and a place where folks can kind of come together and really not only talk about radical ideas, but really put into action things that move those ideas forward. And so for this gym to exist here, I think the beautiful piece is that this gym should exist everywhere, but it happened here because there are so many people on the same page that really want to disrupt white supremacy and really want to disrupt capitalism in the ways that they show up in these kinds of spaces. And that's everywhere, but like really specifically even to movement spaces. So it happening in Oakland, I think, just made the most sense. And for me personally, it made a lot of sense because this is my home, and I have built and been in community here for almost 10 years. And the people that were surrounding me in this mission and helping me with this mission were all really on board with creating a more inclusive space for everyone.
That's a really dope reflection. I love your focus on community and creating it, but also, yeah, I feel that, as somebody who's born and raised here too, it's like the feeling of being connected to those radical histories, and we know that narrative is an actionable thing. It's active. It's not just passive. You don't just live it, right? It's our role as this generation of people to inform, who are we, to create our own narratives, to completely take on that responsibility also of disrupting the narratives, like you said, that shame and harm and marginalize further our communities. Well, I will just say something I really respect from y'all is that you don't just try to disrupt the narrative, but you really try to resource folks. So I guess for a final question, how can we access your services? How can we access the classes and get involved? And for folks watching, how can we support you?
Yeah, thank you. So I'll start off by saying that currently we are online. So because of the pandemic and the recent COVID surges, I thought it made the most sense to bring everything back online. So currently you can find all of our class listings through our booking site, which is MindBody. And you can also visit our website to take you there, which is radicallyfitoakland.com. And the first class is always free. And I think we also have sliding scale membership. So you can join our gym currently as it stands anywhere in the world. And the community cares membership is to ensure that anyone who's interested in joining the gym can join for literally whatever they can afford. And being able to support us really looks like talking to other folks about Radically Fit, sharing what they know about Radically Fit and their experience with Radically Fit, and also just getting the word out there that there are places like Radically Fit that are here and are doing the work to disrupt the things in the fitness industry that really need to change. And we also, you can find us on Instagram. So our Instagram is @RadicallyFitOakland. And that is a bigger platform for us. So we always, we put updates on there and have a lot of great content on our Instagram. And then we are hoping to reopen relatively soon, and we will be having a kind of a mix of in-person and also still be online, so folks can choose whatever feels best to them. We are holding a big fundraiser that will be coming out in March, and we're doing that on a platform on the internet. We'll put it out on our Instagram. We're going to send out newsletters. But essentially, we are actually trying to raise money to keep us open for another year during this pandemic. This will be our third year going into the pandemic, and small businesses on their own are incredibly hard to run. And we had just one year not in a pandemic. So we're really trying to raise funds to keep the doors open, to be able to build out the classes more, to hire trainers, and essentially just ensure that we'll be around for the next year or two and really be able to keep growing and bring our mission to other places.
Thank you, Luca. So shout out to y'all for offering another space, another way for folks to feel at home in their bodies. I think especially in the time of pandemic, it's really easy to be alienated from one another, to be alienated from ourselves. And so really honored to be able to uplift y'all and partner with y'all this month for our community highlight. So we'll drop those resources in during the production, and have a wonderful February, y'all. I'm very excited to feature Radically Fit and Anum Awan from right here in Ohlone territory. I'll see y'all in March. Peace.